Hey guys, how you doing? How you doing? So we're out treating lawns today. These two don't look too bad, but it's interesting that people who are really into lawns like you guys and me, we do whatever we can to keep them spick and span. As soon as we see leaves, we're out there within a few days picking them up. But it's a completely different kettle of fish for most people, because they want you as a business owner to just come along, put something on the lawn, and their lawn looks amazing. That's what they're expecting, but they don't realise that there's more to it, and they've got to put a bit into it as well. So, yeah, there's a few leaves on this. Now this front lawn here, let me just tell you about the leaves. We should clear them all off, but when you're going to 20 jobs a day and they're covered in leaves, you just physically can't. And it's a bit of an issue, really, because I'm not overly keen on treating lawns when there's a big pile of leaves on it. Thank you. You're going on my YouTube video channel.
Sorry?
You're going on my YouTube channel. No, you're alright, I'll edit it out.
Yeah.
Unless you want to do a dance and get me some more likes.
Loads of thumbs down.
Yeah. Yeah, so we can't help leaves. What I would like to do is clear them all off on every single lawn, but just would not be able to get round them. So I'm at a point where if there's only a few, I'm fairly happy with that, because it's liquid and the seaweed's getting into the ground and the iron is getting onto most of the turf. And you know, I've honestly been doing it this way for years and never had any comebacks. But if there's a half decent pile, most of the time I'll just get the big piles up. But we always ask the customers to come and clear off any leaves before we come, although it's much easier said than done. So that's my thoughts on leaves, guys. I would sooner have been on, but it's just not a viable proposition. So as we're looking at this lawn, as you can see, I'm making sure, because it stains, we try not to get it on any hard surfaces. And you can see they've got the stick on the right and the stick on the left, and I'm walking in between. And I make sure the left hand spray goes past the stick. And you can see the disease in the lawn as well. And that is the lawn that's not like a lush dark green. Yes, there's other issues such as compaction, aeration and thatch and things like that. But you can see the disease there, which has come from summer with the heat and the humidity and the rain all together, which is just what's led to this. Some more disease there. So we'll come along, I'll leave a little strip at the end just to wipe my feet on. And then I'm walking along and I'm tilting it down. Like I say, the issue with the leaves is it sits with me quite uncomfortably, because I'm not completely comfortable in treating lawns when there's leaves on. But from a business point of view, we don't have a lot of choice. We either spend the time and clear the leaves up, and that puts us behind for that day and we don't get all the jobs done, or we just treat. So we do this one, this front lawn actually, there was about 1 centimetre of soil under there. When we first came about a year ago, this front lawn, it was literally rubble underneath. So I came, and for a few times I would put a bit of top dressing on, a bit of topsoil, and just spread it around. So we do next doors as well. And as you can see, this tree's just shed all its leaves, and again they're all on the lawn. Like I say, I'm not overly happy with doing this, but customers are reminded that we're coming, and they are made aware that leaves should be picked up. And it's one of those, you've told them and they're not doing it. They can't expect us to clear leaves for free and save them a job. So it's a bit of a toss-up between looking after the customer properly, which, well, it's not really that, is it? It isn't really that at all. We are looking after their lawns as best we can. I mean, that's terrible. Look at all them leaves there. If I was to blow them, they'd go all over the road. Yeah, I could rake them, but I'd be here 10-15 minutes, and that's 10-15 minutes out of an hour where you're not earning, because you're effectively clearing leaves for free. And in business it's not viable, but when it's your own lawn, guys, it's something you've got to do. Keep the leaves off as much as possible, because that leaf is stopping sunlight from getting to the ground. I tell you, the more you see what most people do, you'd be shocked, because most people do not take good care of their lawns. So the biggest part of our job is trying to educate the customer and convince them when they need a fungicide on, like this clearly does. There's lots and lots of yellowed grass and bits of fungus there. There's not a deal of thatch in this, and it's thin here because of that tree and the shade in the corner. New bar. So it ain't perfect when you're running your own lawn care business. This is what you're up against. You're doing your best to make it nice, but in the same breath they have to work with you a little bit. So I will do what I can on days when I'm not overly busy, which is very rare. If I've got the time, I'll clear a few leaves up and blow them to the side, or I'll pick them up quickly and put them in the bin. But the vast majority of the time, I mean, I've had to move all of these toys and things off the lawn, which is fine. Yeah, people have got their lives. I don't mind that. My point is, I just wish everybody was into lawns like me, and then everyone would have a nice lawn. See, I did my lawn, as you know, recently. Apart from the regular treatments, it's had no aeration this year, no scarification, because I was going to renovate it. But we ran out of time, and then my daughter had a bouncy castle. So there you go. That's just a little insight for you guys. Cannot beat these nitrile gloves. Bit of a pain for taking off. They get sticky. So what I do, I just pull them off finger by finger and just tease them up like that. Same here. Pull them off, tease them up, and they can be used half a dozen times. Sometimes they'll last a full day, but if they get a little hole in like that one did, just get another glove out and jobs are good. But I buy these disposable for this purpose, for the iron sulphate, because you end up with this brown in your skin, and this literally takes weeks for it to come out. It is horrible. the iron sulphate. So £12 for a pack of 100. You know it is. You don't even have to think about it.